Infinite skills. If it happens on the field, man, you already know. TampaBay.com is where you gotta go to get the facts and the stats, plus the quotes and the block. 6 seasons on the block, we in #1 spot. Yeah. Tampa Bay Times got this game on lock. Friday night rewind, home team, we don't stop. 1, 2, 3.
Hey there, it's John Cotey with Friday Night Rewind. I'm here with Joey Knight. We're here to talk playoffs. 2012 postseason doesn't revolve really around Armwood and Plant as it has in years past. The big game, Largo at Armwood. Largo is our #1 team, the best team in Pinellas by far, and they're going to play a Hawks team that some people think is down, but I'm not sure they're completely out.
Armwood still has that swagger and that Armwood mojo, if nothing else, going for them, and I don't think you can underestimate that. By the same token, Cody, I remember plain as day Armwood coach Sean Callahan telling me, smack in the middle of the practice field in preseason, if you want to get Armwood, this is the year. He was right. The Hawks do not have an assertive running game, averaging 124.4 yards on the ground per game. You have to go back more than 10 years to find out when they ran for that little yardage per game. Defensively, they're not without athletes. You still got Leon McQuay, Kyle Gibson, etc. But they got a lot of young guys who 10 games into the season still don't know where to go all the time. And a cornerback that they're really high on, Aaron Covington, broke his arm. He's out. So the Hawks have issues finding an identity on offense and just lining up correctly on defense.
Yeah, I talked to the Largo coaches yesterday, and they said the defense looks as great as ever, just athletes all over the place. There are questions about the offense, whether or not they can get a rhythm going. And the game that kind of maybe symbolizes that is the 3-0 loss to Hillsborough. The defense, great. The offense, not so much. And let's segue into the Terriers. They will host Osceola. 2 years ago, 0-10. George Palmer's done a great job. They run the wing tee there. They're on a 6-game winning streak, 39 points a game during that winning streak, but it's been the soft part of their schedule. Hillsborough is not soft.
Hillsborough's schedule speaks for itself. They play in that just daunting Class 6A District 8. They have played Sickles. They have played Jefferson. They have played Armwood and beaten Armwood. And they've got a young, tall, rangy quarterback named Dwayne Lawson who's really come into his own, who just mesmerized Armwood. Ran up and down the field with that zone read type of stuff. Just couldn't punch it into the end zone. Hillsborough still won 3-0. Bottom line is, Hillsborough has been battle tested. They're very well coached. I really like Hillsborough in this game.
Tampa Bay Tech almost made the comeback of the year last week. They will go on the road and face Durant. And this game, if Armwood Largo's won, this game is 1A.
Absolutely. You got to love Durant. First 10-0 season in the program's 18-year history, and Mike Gottman just sits out there in Durant and just gets it done year after year. 65 wins in 10 years. That's, do the math, 6.5 wins a year. Very unappreciated. He's got a really good coaching staff around him, including defensive coordinator Kevin Kelly, who I think is unheralded as well. The Titans, interesting to note, have run for 230 or more yards in 5 of their last 6 games. We may not see many forward passes in this contest. It may just be who's going to line up and assert themselves on the ground, keep the other offense off the field.
Newsom at Gaither. Some little birdie told me this might be your upset pick of the week.
That little birdie was correct. Gaither has an excellent young quarterback, Alex Magoo, who I'm even higher on now, having seen him again recently. Can get the ball downfield, can get out of trouble, get out of the pocket, step up in the pocket, throws amid a pass rush. He has a lot of courage, and he's got a couple of really good targets in Vu Lee and Shug Oyegunle. That said, all 5 of Gaither's touchdown passes against Tampa Bay Tech were woefully blown coverages by the Titans. Newsom is very well coached. I don't see them making the same mistakes, and I see that ball control offense by the great Will Worth doing everything it can to keep Magoo on the sidelines. I like Newsom in an upset.
And Joey, let's whip through some of these other games. Orlando Freedom at Plant. Freedom, not a very explosive team. They do have USF commit Jeff Badette at wide receiver, but Plant's got to be favored in this one.
A stern test for the Panthers before they face Orlando Dr. Phillips, the #1 ranked Class 8A team in the state.
And speaking of Dr. Phillips, they will host Wharton. Dr. Phillips 10-0, ranked #1, as Joey said. 5-star safety Marcel Harris, who some people put in the same category as Leon McQuay, and an option offense that has put up big numbers this year.
daunting challenge for Chase Litton and company. In fact, Marcel Harris isn't the only star in that Dr. Phillips secondary. They got another safety named Matt Bolano who's going to Boston College.
And Port Orange Atlantic at the Cinderella Robinson Knights. Port Orange needed a three-way tiebreaker just to get into the playoffs. They lost 35-0 during the regular season to Bishop Moore, the district champion. Things look good for the Knights.
Cinderella hogwash. Joey's Knights, the Robinson Knights are for real. I like Robinson all the way until they face Pasco down the road in the 5A playoffs.
Tampa Catholic at Fort Meade. The Crusaders, can we call them Cinderellas?
I think so.
Left for dead in the preseason. The Crusaders have really come on late, and they're winning some big games impressively, and they beat Berkeley Prep, which is all they needed to do. Fort Meade, though, you've been there.
Frank S. Battlefield. TC has to go literally to Battlefield in a very, very tough environment in which to play. But I like Tampa Catholic. I really like their athleticism, Cody.
Moorhaven at Carrollwood Day School. This is the first playoff appearance for CDS. Lane McLaughlin told me that Moorhaven has more athletes than any team they've ever faced and faster than Admiral Farragut, and they're going to be some trouble.
Let's face it, Cody, Moorhaven is a different kind of beast than anybody Carrollwood Day has seen to this point. I like Moorhaven.
Make sure you check us out Monday night at 6:30 p.m. at tampabay.com/home team, our weekly football chat. I'm sure to be chock full of all kinds of playoff goodness. We're going to have our top 25 out next week, lots of playoff previews and some videos, and with the potential for some really big rematches the following week, we might have to get together and do another one of these. You down for that?
Down low, down and sweet and low.
Anyway, this is John Cody, Joey Knight, Friday Night Rewind.